Hi, and welcome back to Making It with Minglet. Today we are going to be starting in our sixth volume of our 100-day challenge. And I have already worked on the page a little bit. The first page here, I had surgery on Thursday, and so for a couple of days my eyes were swollen and I could not really do a whole lot other than sit on the couch and not be a baby, but keep ice packs on, watch TV, kind of low key. So what I did was I opened this. I wanted to flip through it and see, what I might be able to do to pass some time away without having, anything that was going to be too strenuous or needing a lot of supplies. So I had a charcoal pencil downstairs, and I took that charcoal pencil and I started by putting my initials here, right there. And then I started doodling around it, and that was something that I remember doing in elementary school. They had us to put our full initials, and then we drew circles around it, so that's kind of what the inspiration was. And yesterday I came upstairs and I was just messing with some of my random items, and I had this big container of cutouts, and I just picked those up and put them there. The day before that I went out on the deck, and that was the day I made the hot mess video where I did the flip through and showed you the lizard that's been in my house for almost 2 months now. And the baby was swimming, so I was supervising. I was an adult supervisor. But anyway, I took my watercolors out there, and it was a nice breeze. I did have to wear my granny glasses, like people wear when they've had cataract surgery. So I had to protect my eyes because they weren't quite, functioning at full capacity. And so I took my watercolors and I watercolored inside the doodles. And I had so much fun doing that I started flipping pages and adding watercolor where I could. Now, watercolors are not my thing. I haven't learned, all the ins and outs, but I was proud of what I did. I thought about I didn't want to use acrylics because I was going to be out on the deck. I figured if I used watercolors, they might be a little more forgiving. So it worked out fine. Most of it is pretty interesting. It's an artistic page. So I looked through my quotes and I found this "Be brave," and I think that it will fit very well right over here, offsetting the butterfly. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be brave today. And we're just going to go ahead and pop this on. And I need to find a stainless steel pen because the one I've got in here is rusting. So I know it's not stainless steel. Usually the quilting ones are, but yeah, I want it across like that. Okay. And I gave it a little too much glue, so let's go ahead and clean that part up so we don't have blobs and dribbles. And then the only thing left to do is to put a page number on, and let's see, I just had that in my hand. Oh, thought I was losing my mind there for a minute. That would be a short trip. At least that's what I say. I guess my mind works as good as it can, all things considered. It was so nice outside yesterday, or Sunday when I went out. It was so nice, and I hadn't been out in like 3 days. I'd been kind of in the house, blinds shut, which is not at all what I would normally do. I kept them shut from Thursday until Sunday, and I finally opened them up a little bit, and I thought, okay, this is not bad. Maybe I can go outside for just a few minutes. But now today's a different story. I went out, I put my granny glasses on, and it was so hot at 11 o'clock that both sets of glasses steamed up. And I said, okay, this is not going to work for me. So I had to wait for the sun to change sides of the house to get out there and do what I wanted to do. And I had to go out there and spray my special stuff that I make up for the deer deterrent. They were starting to eat my hostas because it's getting dry and the grass is starting to turn. So, they're looking for other sources, and they found my beautiful hostas, and they just decided to have a few bites, but now they didn't get them terribly bad. So hopefully when they come by this evening or tonight to munch, they'll realize that they really don't want to have them. They're not very tasty again. So, and that'll hold them until they rain. If you don't know what to do, send me a message. I will hook you up, because I have found the best recipe ever. And once I spray that stuff on there, they're too hot and spicy for them to eat. So you never know what you're going to come up with. I had read a bunch of different things, and I found the right combo, and it worked. This is like the third year that I've used it, and I just make up a big batch and go for it. So I spray my stuff, and sometimes I'll go over to my neighbor's and spray hers for her, because she's getting old and not quite agile enough to be running around spraying stuff. So anyway, that's going to be all for today. That's our page 81 out of 100. If you like these videos, I do have it on my playlist. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. You can leave a comment if you'd like. If you want the deer retardant recipe, just let me know and I'll get it to you. Until next time, be well, my friends, and have a great day. Bye-bye.